When you browse the most played city simulators on the Steam database, you will find some truly wonderful games. Civ 5, Anno 1800, City Skylines 2, well, maybe not that one, City Skylines 1, and Farthest Frontier. But what happens when we scroll to the bottom of this list? The games that nobody is playing anymore. What will we find? What will we stumble upon? Hidden gems, or games that are never meant to see the light of day? Today we'll play 5 city simulators that no one has heard of. Alright, so our first game is Townopolis, which released in October 2008 and peaked with 2 people in the last 24 hours on Steam, one of which is me, so if the other person is watching this video, let me know down below. So we have some options, we have sandbox and campaign. The game is gearing me towards campaign, so that's where we'll go. There seems to be 24 levels across, I guess, different scenarios, so we'll start with 1, I guess. Oh, look at that. Look at that art style. He's almost like clip art, isn't he? Hello there, and welcome to Lakeside County. My name is Billy Campbell. I'm the local mayor here. I really want to expand our residential sector in this region, and I'm trying to find the best company for the job. As a test to see if you're up to the challenge, construct 3 small houses for us. Well, that seems pretty simple. And here is Frank as well. Frank has quite clearly taken something, I think, hasn't he? Let's turn off tutorial. We'll go out with it ourselves, I think. So we have 3 plots over here, it would seem, and we can construct a small house. I guess we'll do this 3 times. Cool. So it spawns in with little flowers around it and some trees. And we're going to get some income from that as well, apparently. We can also upgrade it with materials and workers to get income bonuses. I guess we'll build all 3 of these homes. So we don't have enough materials to build the 4th house, but we can order more materials, I guess. Doesn't give us 290. There's a there's a ka-ching sound every time this ticks over, and it's incredibly irritating. Hey, that's great work. The contract for all our contract needed in this region is all yours. Well done. Wonderful. But that was it. Frank is over the moon. Been awarded a silver star for our good performance. Wonderful. I don't know how I didn't get gold in that scenario, it seemed. I don't know what we did wrong, but okay. So let's move on to scenario number 2. There is an ideal position for some housing over on the eastern side of the lake. Construct 3 medium houses there. One of the requests though, at least 2 of the houses must be upgraded. And of course we can take a look at our goals. Yes, we know, Frank, get back to taking your LSD with those eyes. Frank says your next houses should be medium ones because that's what the mayor's after. However, you're going to need a corresponding blueprint in order to build medium-sized houses. Fortunately, you've got enough money so you can buy the blueprint right away. There's a few different blueprints we buy here, which is an interesting way of, I guess, zoning for a city simulator. There's also licenses, landscaping, security systems, internet provider. I guess we'll get the medium blueprint then. We need 6 workers in order to construct a medium house, but we only have 5, so we'll need to train an additional worker. And we should also order more materials as well, apparently. So I guess we can build a medium house now, for which we need 3 of. And we can also upgrade this house. Kind of annoying we can't upgrade multiple things at once, you have to wait for something to do. But I guess the workers are over there, so I guess it sort of makes sense. It won't be contributing to your income. Okay, that's fine. Yes, it's fine, Frank. Cool, so let's upgrade this one as well. City simulators back in the day were just simpler times, weren't they, you know? Sort of like Pepperidge Farm remembers. I do enjoy this sort of like more 8-bit, cutesy, very SimCity style. So we have a damage to our house. I guess we need to repair it now using materials and workers. And we need to do 3 medium houses. Need to order some more materials, I suppose. I wouldn't say this is so much more of a city simulator than it is a sort of click and point simulator, I guess. So let's build our 3rd and final medium house on this last spot. Fantastic, wonderful. We got some fireworks and another silver star for that one. So the campaign just sort of walks you through different things and various scenarios of clicking on the things here. So why don't we check out the sandbox mode here, where we can add our own goals. There's different goals to add. We can add balances, monthly income, happiness, number of residents, buildings. So I guess let's add a park as one of our goals. And we'll add another one. Let's do, I guess we have to build 5 small houses. And there's a bunch of different maps that we can choose from. With different biomes as well. This one looks like more boreal, right? That's pretty cute. There's a train track through this one too. Why don't we go for the train? We can set a deadline. Enter deadline time in minutes. I don't think we need a deadline, right? Let's start our own sandbox where we have to build a park and 5 small houses, I guess. So let's grab this one here. Now, park option is this way. We need workers and park blueprints for that. So I guess we need to find park blueprint is 60k. And I guess for that we need, yeah, it's going to give us rental income if you do a small house. So let's do that. I mean, I don't know how many builders we need for the park, right? Does it say? We need 14 workers, so I guess we should train some more. Don't know why he got -5 happiness, but okay. We'll also continue to build up some small houses as well. This game is pretty simple. I'm surprised it has such a decent rating on Steam. It's not the most exhilarating gameplay, but I guess you can build up some pretty cute preset towns, I suppose. Hey, we got an achievement. Very nice. Build 10 buildings. Wonderful. Fantastic. There's a Steam achievement as well. So let's keep building our small homes, and we also want to keep training workers as well, I guess. We can also add additional workers that'll increase the construction time. But now we need a park blueprint which costs 60 grand, which we really do not have. There's also a train station here as well, which is actually giving noise pollution. Some people don't like living in loud, busy areas, so they're getting a -1 happiness, I guess. Doesn't seem to be affecting the amount of money we make though, so I guess it's okay. I guess maybe it would have been better to put a park here perhaps, but... So I guess we just gotta wait for our money to take up to 60 grand. There doesn't seem to be a penalty, I don't think, for them living next to a train station. Even though there's no trains actually coming through. I don't know if they ever do come through. I'm guessing they don't. Something has happened. We have some repairs to make at one of our houses over here. And we can now afford the park blueprint, which is great news. So I guess we can build a park here now, which costs 600 materials and 14 workers. And everyone's houses are breaking down. Maybe we should demolish this house here and move these guys away from the train station. That seems like it might be a better idea to do. Oh man, now they're, now they're really lobby. It costs 15 grand to bulldoze a home. This is not going particularly well at all, is it? And all of our houses keep breaking down as well. Let's build another house over here in the corner so we can meet our goal of 5. Everything's very expensive. We almost need Cities Skylines 2's economy in order to fund this project. Let's bulldoze him. I guess he'll leave now and we can maybe put our park here at some point. It also costs 40,000 to train 1 additional worker, which is absolutely insane. Townopolis is okay. You can definitely tell it's a very early game. I wouldn't say there's much simulation here. It's pretty charming. Probably not worth picking up in a Steam sale, but it's got good reviews, so someone somewhere is enjoying it. And again, if that one person that played it on Steam in the last 24 hours alongside me is watching, do let us know. So the next game on our list is an early access title from Paradox, and no, it's not Cities Skylines 2. I'm joking, I'll stop the Cities 2 jokes now. But it is Surviving the Abyss. It has peaked on Steam with 11 people playing in the last 24 hours and has mixed reviews on Steam. Apparently it's a game about human cloning at the bottom of the ocean during the Cold War. That really sells it to me, to be honest. I'm very interested. So let's see what this is like. There's a couple of scenarios here. There's a new game default, introduction objectives. Let's do this. We'll go for medium. We'll see what it's about.
In the years following 1956, much came to be known about the structure of DNA and the human genome. The possibility of cloning a human being was becoming a reality, as our brightest minds raced to be the first to complete the endeavor. After a few short years, scientists reported the first promising results. A human being was cloned for the first time. The celebrations, however, were short-lived. The test subjects were unstable, their DNA damaged by the cloning process. All died within days. Moral objections to the technology turned to public outrage. Outrage turned to protests, and eventually protests turned to riots. Publicly, the research was discontinued. The military, however, was quick to understand the strategic potential of this research. Why stop at recreating life when it could be improved? Plans were drawn up to continue the research in total secrecy, far from the prying eyes of the world, deep below the surface of the ocean. The sea floor provides access to new, highly adapted life forms and ample DNA for experimentation. But the deep sea environment presents a significant challenge. You have been selected to lead a team of the best and brightest. The lives of the crew are in your hands.
So it's a pretty gripping narrative, isn't it? For a little city builder like this. So we're on the ocean floor quite clearly. So we have 12 crew unemployed. There's a whole bunch of resources up here to mine as well. Which is very farthest frontier, isn't it? So we have the overseer. We have apparently acclimatized smoothly. And we need to ensure that power, oxygen, food and fuel and building materials are all kept on top of. So I'm guessing we're going to start by building some power, I assume, right? Because we currently have 0 of it. Oh, there we go, we have another notification. So we need to get a regular supply of building resources and fuel. Set up a mining relay and assign our subs to it. We'll come into our building menu and we have a mining relay here, which is going to gather small resource deposits within its area of effect. Cool, so is this... yeah, you can see it's like highlighting them, right? So it has coal within this one. Well, there's coal here, so that seems like a sensible one to build, right? And we can assign subs to it. Should we go for 2? How many do we have? Oh, they're leaving off the little base. Oh, they are cute, aren't they? This really kind of strikes the vibe of SimCity meets BioShock, if anyone's ever played it. A little bit of Andrew Ryan. Leave a comment saying Big Daddy down below if you want to see a BioShock playthrough. I'm joking, by the way, please don't comment Big Daddy on the video. But next up, we now need power and oxygen. So this will be under power, I guess. So we have... so we can actually impact the air quality here, did that say? Yeah, so air quality impact -10. Okay, so it looks like all these buildings here want to connect into a tunnel of some sorts. Or we can just hook it straight in. Well, I guess let's just hook it straight in. Let's build a coal generator. We don't need to build a tunnel to it because it's already connected to it, and then an oxygen generator as well. That's under life support. Okay, I will build a tunnel for this one. Why don't we go for there? I'm guessing tunnel is its own option. Yes, there we go. Piece that straight in. Oh, that's very cool, isn't it? I do like this. According to a lot of the reviews on Steam, the game isn't getting kind of full support anymore, but it has had a recent update as soon as, well, as recent as December. So it's still developing as far as I can tell, but the Steam reviews are mixed, so I guess approach with caution. You guys can make your own mind up about it. Cool, so we've got oxygen generator, and then we need to build a power line and tunnel to oxygen generator, so we'll grab a power line. And like that. Is that okay? We've got a little power line on the floor there. There we go, oxygen generator is pounding away. Oh, well, you can see the little people moving through the tunnels as well. That is quite cute. We now need to build a carbohydrate farm, which is going to give us a large supply of low quality food. And we now need to unlock a carbohydrate farm in the tech tree. Oh, so it even has a little technology tree as well, does it? For all different categories too. That's pretty cool. I always enjoy these tech trees. It's very RTS. I'm a big RTS fan, so I always enjoy a tree like this. Carbohydrate farm. We want to unlock this for... does it have a cost? What are we redeeming this with? RD. Research data, I'm assuming that is. We have 75 at the minute. This one costs 30. There's also a hospital. A protein harvester as well. Carbohydrate farm sounds decent. Let's go ahead and grab that. And I guess in this now comes under life support. Does indeed. Carbohydrate farm. Okay, so we'll have our power here. Let's move our carbs over to the side. I guess we want a tunnel here again as well. Plus power lines. So that should be okay. Got our little builder submarines here too, which is quite cute, isn't it? It's a very unique setting for a kind of city builder, isn't it? The bottom of the ocean. You got some fish here too. Wait, did they just... Oh my god. The shoal of fish. Wait, did they? Oh yes, they do. They separate if you move the cursor on them. I like that. That's very nice. Once they all bundle back together, you click and then they all disperse. That's a very cool little animation. 10 out of 10. This is the best game in the video. So we've opted to send 4 crew members down to assist us, but in order to receive them, we need 2 living quarters and a stockpile of 75 food. Okay, so I guess we'll build... How much food do we have? We've got 140, which has already ticked off the requirement. But now we have to build 2 living quarters, so population, I'm assuming. So we'll have this... I guess I'd like to have this over near the carb farm. I guess we could put it here. Have it there. And then we'll build 2 of these. Oh no, not those. Can we... No, destroy these. I don't want these to be built. Destroy. There we go. But build the other ones. I didn't mean to build those. There. And then do we want to do a tunnel to that one as well? I guess it's going to cut down the travel time, isn't it? It's got a cute little building animation. I like the little construction subs. We need to locate large deposits of resources. So we need to build a sonar tower, do we? Okay. So where is the sonar tower? So it's used to place sonar beacons which locate different items in the darkness. Okay. Well, it's extremely dark, isn't it? So where do we want to put this? I guess in and around the edge of the current infrastructure. Do you want to go there? I guess so. Subs are going to come out and build that. Are you okay? You need power lines, do you? I'm assuming that's what the little plug icon means. There we go. Cool, so we've got food stability now. That should give us some more crew. Our crew relation effect has just shot up as well. 6 crew members have arrived. Fantastic. Wonderful. I'm assuming that's going to start eating more into our food as well now, isn't it? Construct a sonar that locate a fuel extraction point using sonar beacons. Okay, so we want a fuel beacon here. And we can fire this out. And then this is giving us medium levels of ore, I'm assuming. And where do we want to put this? Let's go... I guess we want to find somewhere where it's medium, I guess. Over here. That work? It did. We now have this icon here, which is a coal extraction point. Wonderful. We got some research data points from our sonar intelligence as well. As located a nearby resource extraction point, it appears to be a coal deposit. As it is located in the darkness, you must first construct a light tower. I just saw that here, didn't I? Did indeed. So it has to be near the coal, does it? Okay, we'll build that over there then. I'm interested to see if there's going to be any sort of deep sea creatures that can maybe come and screw things up. At the minute, there doesn't seem to be any sort of defenses. Bear in mind, this is an early access game as well. It's a year old, so maybe that'll come in a later update if it's not already here. I'm not entirely sure. A mining sub is also idle. Do we want to add that to our mining relay? There we go. And 10 crew are also unemployed. And what, we need a power line over to this one as well, do we? They're going to give us light. Oh, wonderful. Okay, so this is how we're going to expand out, right? Yeah. You better enjoy darkness if you're going to play this game. Because this is an extremely black game. It's, well, it's at the bottom of the ocean, isn't it? So, I don't know what else you can really expect. We now need to unlock the core extractor in the tech tree. Do we really? So this is going to be in resources, coal extractor. Go ahead and grab that. And then build said coal extractor on the coal extraction point. So we will grab resources, coal extractor here. So 100% chance of successful mining. It's going to give us 1 coal per 3 hours and requires 3 crew. Okay, it also wants to have tunnels connected into it as well, which I'm okay with. Cool, so that's going to be there. And then, do you want to just... Requires elevator, does it? Oh, okay. Oh, because we're moving like literally down a layer. It's like layers of height in Surviving the Abyss, which is pretty cool to be fair. Okay then. Let's have that there. And then I guess off of that we do tunnel there, and then I guess once it's built at least. So you have to play with the terrain layers as well when you're working with these underwater tunnels to get your crew around. I have to admit, I'm very much enjoying this one. Maybe the video will just be a let's play of surviving the abyss. This is the rest of the video, everyone settle in. I'm enjoying this one. Oh, he's complaining about O2. So what, are we now no longer producing enough oxygen here? It says to build a coal extractor on the extraction point, which we have done. What, do we just need to add some crew members? All these people here are unemployed, so I guess we'll bring them in. We have the utmost faith in you to lead this mission, but a project like this requires many great minds. We're planning to send down a specialist engineer to assist with the setup of the facility. Before we give the go-ahead, we need to see progress. Stockpile 80 coal, which I'm assuming is going to be up here, is it? Copper, lead, coal. We've got 82 so far. Is that it? Are you all ready? Oh, yeah, we're happy. That was easy. For this mission to be a success, we will need to research new technologies. We must adapt to life down here. Building a research lab and staffing it with crew will generate research data per day, which is going to allow us to further develop the tech tree, isn't it? So there's a tab for research here. We have a basic research lab. Oh, you can. It's cool how it kind of like bends across the terrain, isn't it? Really do like that. Where do we want this? How about outside of the carbohydrate farm here? Seems pretty good. Build a tunnel across to that one as well. We have a notification back at base. So the first step in our goal is the acquisition of genetic material. Specialized genetic material can be found in habitats. Habitats are the source of genetic material. Yes, we know. This feels like it's repeating itself there, doesn't it? And have a rarity corresponding to species located within. Rarer samples possess more varied attributes, which can significantly impact the outcome of our experiments. Okay. Another notification at the main base. Pinpoints location nearby habitat. Must make preparations for the cloning process. Build a fauna trap on the habitat and capture our first genome samples. Very interesting. So where did that, well, where's the habitat first of all? I'm worried that the fact that my coal extractor has O2 on it, they're not going to suffocate inside it, are they? I think they're okay. Seems to be working. Well, information about the building's current O2 grid and the amount of oxygen being provided to it. Is that because it's just so far away from my oxygen generator? Do we maybe want to build another one? I guess it can't hurt, right? Because it's so far away. So can I just... Can't plug you in there. Okay, we'll have that there then. I'm assuming this is the problem. We just need more oxygen for people. So we'll have that there as well. So we now need to build a fauna trap. Is this under research? We've got 3 of our mining subs are also idle. There's also a scrap steel deposit here as well. How would we make use of that, I wonder? Oh, there's a brine pool over here as well. Can we send an exploration sub? Oh, there's a map all of a sudden. Okay. So there's coral reefs, kelp forests. It's quite big, isn't it? I mean, the ocean is the ocean floor. I don't really know what else I was expecting. But we have no exploration submarines available. We need to build the submarine factory before that. So is this a habitat? Okay, there we go. Here's a habitat here. Hold on, we also need to build a power line too. Or oxygen pumper. Yeah, there we go. Now they're supplied with oxygen, which is good. Our steel supplies are running low. The deposits of scrap steel won't last forever. If we want this mission to continue, we need to start mining iron ore and converting it into steel in an alloy furnace. Wonderful. So that was a scrap steel deposit, was it? Because I'm currently out of steel beams. There's concrete down there as well. Does concrete spawn on the bottom of the ocean? I'm not sure about that one. Yeah, there's a small scrap steel deposit here, but I'm not entirely sure how to go about mining it, or at least collecting it in some capacity. So the alloy furnace costs 60 to grab. Can we go ahead and get that? I think we can, although we don't know how we're going to build it. I'm guessing. And yeah, we can build it. So this is going to destroy our air quality, so why don't we have this over by... Build power over to that as well. Fed all crew for 15 days. Wonderful, that's very good. This is going to be our alloy furnace. Very, very nice. This is now going to convert iron to steel for us, which is very cool. Going to auto assign crew to it as well, and hopefully that now gives us enough for our fauna trap, that it will do in a couple of seconds when we grab a couple of extra steel beams. So where was that? It was here, wasn't it? Just a double check. The rosefish habitat. Okay, let's build a fauna trap on here then. Or apparently not, because it's invalid placement. Now, is that because we need another light tower here to actually work around it? I'm guessing so. We'll build that one. Across comes our little mining subs. Everything seems to be going quite well, I think. Again, I'm not sure how enjoyable this is going to be for YouTube viewing, just because it's so dark here. But we'll hang on for a little while anyway. It is quite a fun game to play. Definitely check it out if it looks like it might be for you. You of course now want power lines as well, so we'll have that one come over. Are you okay? No, because we have -5 power, so I'm guessing we now need another coal generator, for which we will plug this into our alloy furnace, perhaps. Hopefully this should work. Thankfully the power hasn't totally gone out and just stopped everyone from surviving down here. And what we need... power now, there we go. That allows our new light to pop up, and then from that we should now be able to do our fauna trap once we get a bit more iron. Can we relocate the mining relay? I don't think we can we? So let's drop another mining relay over here. We'll assign those subs back to it. And then they should start gathering the resources here. I wonder if they're also going to grab the scrap metal deposit as well. Yeah, they are. That's how you get it, isn't it? Okay, yeah, so it's all gathered via mining relays, if it's not a building required to actually get it. So let's do genetics. We'll drop our fauna trap down here now. Yeah, there we go. You definitely need to be in the light. So you can only build where there is light, which I guess makes sense for people that live on the bottom of the ocean. Massive habitat destruction down here though, isn't it? This can't be good for the ocean, this. But it's a fun game, so we'll let it slide. We need to capture 3 species. So here we're capturing rowfish. Cool, so we captured 1 fish. Is he going to capture fish every time? Do we need to build these fauna traps all over? I guess we do. This is a service command. We're aware of regular staffing shortages in the research facility. Let's offer you 3 additional crew members. Yes, we have the food, I guess. Although perhaps time for another carbohydrate farm as well, isn't it? But this is starting to turn into a Surviving the Abyss Let's Play, so we'll move on to the next game. Well, this is really fun. SimCity meets Bioshock. It's mixed reviews on Steam, so make of it what you will. There'll be some of those reviews up on screen. But not a bad one, Surviving the Abyss. I've had fun here. So the next game on our list is Cities XL Platinum, which released in 2013 to mixed reviews on Steam and has currently peaked with 15 people playing on Steam in the last 24 hours. So there's still a very hardcore following for Cities XL Platinum. But let's go ahead and hit play and we'll see what happens here. I'm always keen to see these like old school city builders and how they compare to the Sim Cities and the City Skylines of the modern day. So this is how we pick our map. I have to admit, I really like that. That you can just pick a map like that. It's obviously not it's a fictional landmass, isn't it? But what a cool way to pick a map, right? Select your city. I guess let's go for this one. The high grounds. That's fertile areas and water. No oil or holidays. We can also choose our roads, American roads, English roads. That's pretty cool. I do like that. We can also name it, of course, just go for the classic Eggville. So you have desert, snow, sand. Oh, you can choose your map here as well. This is amazing. That's really cool. You can just filter through different biomes like that. Kind of scary that it has a better map choice than Cities 2, isn't it? No, I'm sorry. I said we stopped the Cities 2 jokes. It's just such an easy target, isn't it? Okay, so here we are. So how do we move here? Oh, it's the arrow keys to move. Oh god, yes it is. It is a retro game, isn't it? So we need to build a road connection. Select a road and build it up to the borders of the purple layer. Okay, so do we have a road menu somewhere? The UI is incredibly small. Let me see if we can actually drop our resolution here a little bit. It is an older game. Okay, for some reason our settings menu doesn't come up. I'm not sure why. I don't know why that's happening. But okay, we'll just, I guess we'll deal with the resolution as it is then. So you got tools down here. Transportation, it's like a road icon, does it? Yeah, okay, so we have roads here. We have one road. It said draw from the purple areas, didn't it? Do we have we're drawing off the edge of the map. You'd even see the layers of the Earth's crust. That is detailed, isn't it? So let's do the old faithful, right? Let's bring a big arterial road out here. Confirm that there. God, the controls are insane. It's so sensitive. We now need to place a city hall. I did just see this one open up. And we have a city hall here, do we? Okay, well let's build some slightly more nicer roads around here. Do we have a smaller road? Can we perhaps create something off of this little interstate here, I'm guessing this is? And then I guess we'll grab our city hall and we'll put it in here. Seem like a bad idea, does it? Really keen to have a look at the asset. The building animation is interesting, isn't it? How it kind of like unfolds, like it's all made out of flat pack or something. Oh, and trees and detailing all of a sudden. Got a little plaza here as well. Is that Jerry Senior? Oh my god, it is Jerry Senior as well. Who would have thought? Jerry Senior would be in Cities XL Platinum. So the city needs resources apparently. So let's have a look. There's a resources menu here. Groundwater. Is there anything else you want to put down? There's utilities here as well. Technical services. What's this going to give us? Okay, it would seem it's actually going to give us what we need. So let's grab another road. I'll tell you what, going back to playing with WASD to move the camera feels incredibly alien. Not played a game that does that for a very long time. So let's go back to our city services. I really need to see if we can scale the UI. It's so small. So can we have that? Okay, so that's water, power, and electric all in one building. Is that right? I think so. Yeah, resources sold. Number of unskilled workers, 0%. Okay. Doesn't seem to be any like RCI demand, does there? We just kind of get orders back at us from the overlord here. So it now wants us to place in some residences. Housing is now available to us. So we have unskilled workers, skilled executives, and elites. I'm guessing that's going to be the taxation system then. We have a square residential zone, free, single. Okay, let's do the square. Oh, we got an achievement. Oh, you have transportation capacity of 20 thanks to your transportation systems. Very nice, very good. Let's check out some of these houses. The assets are cute. They're actually quite nice. I like the scale of them. A little park around here as well. But I'm a bitch for the detailing in these games, so I'm always happy to see the props here. Nice road markings too. It's not bad for a 2013 city sim, to be fair to it. You can see some cars moving around here. Can we see? Can we click on the cars? Oh, we can follow them. Guys pulling out here as well. Shops are needed. Okay, let's do some shops then. Housing, industry, commerce. Oh my god, what the hell? that is not a good animation. That orange is nauseating. So there's hotels, retail, leisure as well. Okay, so I guess we'll grab some retail zone in. And can we have this? Oh, I don't know, maybe stick with the square one again. It's not really what I want to do. Simple retail zone. Okay, so we can just place manually then. Okay, let's have a look at some commercial assets shop. You can get really close to the ground as well. It's pretty cool. Tasty. Oh no, there's a sim. Oh my god. It looks like kind of a Soviet Luigi, I guess is the best way to describe that dude. There's another person. Oh god, they're trying to catch one of their faces. Can we pause the simulation here? Oh, apparently we can, but it doesn't pause it, okay? Guy walking around here. Really swinging his limbs left and right, isn't he? But I'm incredibly interested to see them. There we go. Yeah, they're... I don't know. I think they're okay. I think they're pretty cool. Some more commercial lots over here as well. Yeah, we can't click on individual sims, I don't think. We can just follow them around. Look at the little staircases that generate in the commercial lots. Of course, the graphics haven't aged particularly well over the years, but not horrific. It also wants heavy industry now as well, so let's grab ourselves some heavy industry and we'll bang this over near where we placed our services. I guess we can take a second to have a look at some of our heavy industry over here. Skilled Brothers, did that say? Sweet Brothers, sorry. Sweet Brothers Foundry. More housing for skilled workers. I've got to say, zoning up based on skill level is a unique take. Look at this as well. Look at this housing. Little plazas inside them as well. Bollards too. Woman reading a book. There's a kid with 2 suitcases and a black cat. You got to admit their fashion sense is on par with CS2. I think there's Soviet Luigi again with his double denim. That's a brave choice, isn't it? Anyway, they want they want more skilled housing workers. So skilled workers now have their own housing. Let's just do some skilled worker housing this side maybe. We have our skilled workers over here, so I'm guessing they're going to be slightly nicer homes, aren't they? Things are quiet in Eggville. Well, that's good, isn't it? Yeah, there is no kind of RCI, at least from what I can tell. Skilled workers over here, open resources panel. Manufacturing high tech. Yeah, there's a lot of mechanics at play here that I'm not at all familiar with. Budget panel, we're making a loss, I believe. Income taxes and corporate tax. Unemployment strikes unskilled workers. So I guess we need to give them some more basic industry. But there's still zones for it to grow over here. What, you want more retail maybe? Do we want to do some more retail lots then? We now have 500 inhabitants already, do we really? Wow. Okay, let's replace some more commercial lots at least. So it's a real old mix of the old asset, isn't it? Chew Burger, the original Burger Bite. Guys, I love that. The walking animations are something else, aren't they? We're starting to get a bit of traffic, like we are. And we just go ahead and provide another connection in and out of this suburb for them. Find ourselves some roads. Oh god, that's such a terrible animation that I don't know why they chose that one. We also have that one there. We'll also bring this one down to there as well. It's not totally locked into the grid. I think there was a curve tool here as well, is there? There is indeed. Unemployment strikes the citizens. There are too many unemployed people. You should create new jobs as soon as possible. Well, there is still zoning for them. But I'm really surprised at the level of detail across all the little assets here. Granted, I think it'd be hard to make this game look quite good. Okay, so this is like a resource heat map, is it? So there's groundwater. There's no oil on this map. There is fertile areas. Intercity roads, intercity highways, port area. Ground relief actually has very defined sort of topography lines, doesn't it? Holidays. I guess that's based on high tourism areas, I suppose. And then coastal too. Okay. Very interesting. There's lots of different things here. I'd love to do some decorations. Yeah, let's explore here. Allows the creation of a posh plaza. Okay. That's really odd. So the parks are just paintable zones. But then can I just like grab a road here now? I'll just connect these two together. And then we just have a park in the middle. God, I hate that. I'm so sorry about that. I'm sure that's really nauseating to watch. So, wooded park area. So that's a really kind of cool way to do it. It's almost like Cities 2's kind of paint and drop feature, but for entire park areas. What else do they have? Marketplace. Let's do some more expansion with the road network here. Let's grab ourselves. I want to keep playing with these decorative areas there. Very much interesting me. Let's go back to this one. I know there's massive unemployment, but this is obviously stole my fancy. So this is a market area. a big market. It's like it generates a little Christmas market with all these props. There's little crates of food down here as well, benches and fountains. There is some slight visual glitching you'll have to forgive, granted, but bread. There's bread in this game. Very cool way of doing it. Granted, it's very little control, but still seems to be functioning, I suppose. We are actually making a profit now as well. Population's going up. We're already at 1,000 people. And citizens are happy with their clean air as well. There's lots of heat maps here for wealth, unskilled workers. Got another achievement. What do we do now? We managed to produce 1 token. I have no idea what a token is, but you're welcome. Time to get a bit of traffic around here, aren't we? Let's have some more fun with the road tools. There is a roundabout. Can we place this on an existing road? No, we can't. We can't upgrade after the fact, but boxing our road around here. It's a very fidgety game. It's very hard to control, but let's have a little look through our unskilled workers. So there's too many unemployed. Okay, we definitely need to create more jobs for them then, don't we? Why don't we do a little commercial district over here or something? Let's go ahead and grab some commerce. Why don't we do some hotels? Can we do a hotel? Or a small hotel here. Have that on the corner of the street there. That's going to grow like a little motel for us, isn't it? I have to say, I do like the way the commerce is broken down. Rather than it just being commercial zoning, it's kind of different types of commercial zoning. That is, I'm not saying it's game of the year or anything, but I do like that approach. Got some more commerce going up here. Can we do any trees? Those decorations, terraforming. Okay, so they're all still complaining of not enough jobs. I'm guessing we just have quite a lot of industry, which we do. So let's do heavy industry or food industry. How about food industry? Livestock farming. Okay, so that has to be over there. How does the livestock farm look? You paint it out and then you just get your little livestock farms with small piles of hay within a small orchard. Okay, let's grab ourselves a little dirt road here. Oh my god. 100 skilled workers. Paint a little dirt road. I like how the dirt road comes with some trees along it. Pretty nice. Do like that. Have some farming industry out here at least. And that's at least planned for our major road to come in. Can we use the curve tool here? Where's that big chunky road gone? I'm not sure. Why don't you do a roundabout at the end of here then? Is that how that works? That does not look right at all. So we'll delete this if we can. So things are quiet. There's nothing out of the ordinary to report according to the game. But really interesting sort of city simulator. I can definitely see why it's got mixed reviews on Steam. It's definitely, well, for its time, it certainly wasn't going to knock SimCity off of its perch, was it? Cities Skylines 1 came 2 years after this as well. I believe there is also a Cities XXL Platinum as well, a sequel to this. Pretty sure I've heard of that before. Got another achievement, one for having 10 residences. Okay, so these are our skilled workers over here. The asset variation, what on earth is that? Is that someone's house? What the hell is that? Yeah, I was about to compliment the asset variation. Some of the commercial units are really nice. Granted, the Sims actually, do you know what the Sims remind me of? Did you ever play Leisure Suite Larry on the PS2? Got that same sort of like chunky cheek, sort of weird nose on it, hasn't it? Yeah, but I was about to compliment the asset variation. But yeah, that is not a good one. So apparently our skilled workers live over here. We've also got advertising billboard right outside his house. Yeah, some more of our look how detailed these billboards are. Like really clear imagery. So this is another commercial unit. Okay. But there's also some different packs down here as well. There's Asia, there's medium skilled workers. Let's go ahead and see what this one does exactly. It's definitely one of the more unique city simulators I've played. It's quite unusual in its presentation and design, but I think there are still quite clearly some bugs present here. Visual glitching all over the place. Some of the menus don't seem to work either, so it's probably why it's got mixed reviews on Steam. What on earth is going on there? What the hell was she just doing? Did you see that? She was like writhing around on the floor. It's I think half the fun of this game comes from just watching the Sims move about, and indeed just spawning out of thin air as well. But yeah, definitely one of the more unique city simulator experiences I've ever had. I can see why it's got mixed reviews, but there's some fun ideas in here, but it obviously never really went anywhere. Cities Skylines 1 came out 2 years after this, so no surprise we didn't see a Cities XXXL Platinum, which kind of sounds like a bit of a porn game as well, doesn't it? But an interesting one for sure. Not one I'd massively recommend though. So our next game is Flotsam, or Flotsam, not entirely sure, but it was released to quite positive reviews on Steam, and has peaked at a very respectable 33 on Steam in the last 24 hours. So let's start a new game, shall we? So I guess, not really sure which one we want to do here. These are the characters, Cockle, Booabays, Boyabays I guess, and Scrapple. Well that's it then, garbage floods wiped away our village. Perhaps we should stop sticking to these useless rocks and go explore. Who needs land? These endless blue waves, that's all we need. The flooded world is our oyster. Let's polish this plastic into beautiful pearls. What should we call our new town? Oh, Ebb Town is dangerously close to Egg Town, isn't it? Let's go with that. Okay. So, it's got a really cute cel-shaded art style to it. Very Borderlands, if anyone's ever played it. So we have our town here and our crew are knocking around the edge. So there's very little tutorial as you come in here. So there's salvaging Flotsam. There's a tutorial here where you can interact with, but I guess we'll sort of figure it out on our own. So we can place a swimming buoy, which drifters will swim to in order to salvage everything in its radius. I guess over there, right? Cool. So I guess it's got a bit of a environmental message tied to it as well. You want to clean up the ocean. And I guess the town's quite clearly flooded. So he's going to bring garbage back to Ebb Town, I guess. And repeatedly do that, I suppose. There's also a build menu here as well. We have walkables, and we can build plastic walkways off of our kind of central hub here. How far can this go? Do we want to bring some out there? So they're going to start building a plastic walkway. We have a resource up here as well, which is storage capacity. We also have food and water, I guess, too. So there is a little bit of a survival element as well as the... I guess you can't really call this a city builder, can I? guess it's a floating garbage barge builder is the best way to describe it. So we can also build a plastic recycler now as well. Oh, so this is going to be a little building. So can we tether this onto the side of our plastic walkway, I wonder? How about there? I'm a big fan of the art style, it's very cutesy. So the salvage marker has been fully salvaged, has it really? Okay. I guess... come over here then, there's a lot more over here, right? You want to add 2 swimmers? Yeah, there we go. So we can send a friend out with him as well. And the other one is going to start building on here too. How far can we head away from our base here? There's some interesting landmarks over this way. So, I guess it's somewhat post-apocalyptic. there's sunken roads and villages all over the place here in the ocean. Cool. So... they're building that. Let's see what else we can get on board with here. Don't want a research station there, don't need more walkables. We can't build any of this stuff. There's some very unusual icons here. Pretty cute building animation too. Very cute to sort of charming game to look at. I suppose we should also keep throwing these salvage buoys, boys. I never know how to pronounce it. Let me know in the comments. We're getting lots more salvage here, which is good. Keep placing them down. Oh my god, there's an actual whale there as well. So we've salvaged everything in this area here. If we come to our map, we can, I believe, start to move our boat around. We come over here. So we click and hold. There's a bunch of peace signs around here now. I'm not entirely sure what that's referring to. So either way, we'll head over. So now we're over by Church Outlook. Can we do anything with this? Someone in that bell tower could be all-seeing and all-knowing in the direction of the surrounding area. From here, we'll be able to scout all regions. So can we scout that region then? Okay, yeah, so... our little person here is coming over. We can also tell him to salvage it and salvage goods as well. The region has been scouted. Wonderful. Has that affected our map at all? I don't think so. But I guess we'll salvage it then, right? Can we add all three of you to come salvage? I guess the stuff on here we can use. The church outlook has been fully salvaged, so I guess we're done here then, right? Do you want to head over here? Gotta say, of all the city simulators and village builders I've played in my time as a gamer down the years, this is definitely one of the more unique. So we can build a storage yard onto our little boat here as well. That's going to allow us to store some more stuff. Let's go ahead and do that. And we can also, we've got the workshop, haven't we? We do. Slowly dries wet wood into dry wood. I'm not sure what resource that glowing duck is referring to. Not entirely sure. Imagine the tutorial will tell us. But let's come back into our map region. And then we'll sail over here. I guess that's where we want to be. Now can we interact with this island here? I'm guessing we don't have the tools to currently cut that down, which is fine. There's also a little shipwreck over there as well. If we can possibly interact with this, there's a lot more collectibles over here too, so we'll get these collected. Cool, so we can also enlarge it. Let's get some more people out here too. So my guess, after playing for a little while, is that we just need to collect all the resources in the ocean, then allow us to keep endlessly expanding our barge. Here we can see all this starting to fill up now as well. We've got 86 out of 120 storage capacity, and we can now build a drying rack as well. Let's build some more walkways here. Can we go from this side? Get that built, and then let's also do a drying rack. I guess we'll be able to dry any sort of driftwood that we come across. So I guess in our plastic recycler, do we want to queue up these recipes? I guess we have the plastic to do it. I'm not sure what floaters do, but we'll keep making them either way. They've just gone to sleep in the middle of the job, which is fine, I suppose. It's fine. Can we still drive around at night? Let's see. So we were just over here, weren't we? Lots more stuff over this way. There's a car over there as well. Seems to be a wood icon here. I'm guessing that's going to be somewhat useful for us, right? Yeah, here. There is some wood there. But I guess we just got to wait out the night. We also have a town movement energy meter up here too. Oh, here's the icon. Town beauty. The sum of all construction beauty scores in your town. A negative score will decrease morale. I guess the nicer our town looks, the happier people are. It makes sense, I suppose. We have a day 1 report available. We have a daily gain. We lost a lot of energy. And we crafted some resources. Okay. Let's keep gathering all this wood. I'm hoping we are now storing it as well. So we have wet wood in our inventory. Is this drying it? I believe it is. Yeah, this is slowly filling up, so that's going to give us wood resource. Seems like it might be worth building another one of those as well then. Let's get that over on the other side. We've also got some tents as well. Now we've got a duo tent. A shoddy home for 2 people. I guess let's have a tent on the front. At least it stops them from sleeping pretty much in the ocean. I'm not sure how we get movement back. I guess we'll find out when it runs out, I suppose, right? Cool, so let's move to something a bit more interesting. We've been to the church outlook, haven't we? Rural ruins have been over here. I'm interested in this rural crossing, to be honest. Let's see what happens if we come over here. Did we loot these islands? I think we didn't we? Let's have a little look. Yeah, we salvaged these. Yeah, let's carry on going. Supermarket leftovers. Dripping oil tanker. Let's come to the village crossing first. Feels like we might be able to find something useful here. It's also got a kind of a, I know it's a very different game, but reminds you of Wind Waker as well, if there's any Zelda fans watching. Cool, so we'll come to loot the village crossing. The highway leads through a village here. Vehicle garbage meets human garbage. And we can salvage metal from the road signs, but we don't need the tools, and also salvage it from the metal from the vehicles as well. Eagerly hammering away on the bed, isn't it? He's going to get there soon. This should hopefully be drying wood. Yes, we now have a dry piece of wood. That's great, isn't it? So we got home stuff. What's this? We want research station. Don't have any research to do yet, I don't think. And the solar still will slowly distill water. using these floaters. Do we have some more of those floaters? I guess so. Go ahead and do that. Get some more of these little buoys down as well. Enlarge. Send another person out there as well. Cool, so do we scavenge this? It's been salvaged. We can't harvest. Oh no, can we now? I'm not sure. Guess we'll see if anyone swims out to it. I don't believe we have the tools to harvest that. So I guess we want wood planks from the sawmill as well. So where do we want you? I guess down here. Or do we want to build some more walkables? Do we have plastic? Okay, so it's built with the floaters. Right, okay. So it's quite literally meaning a floater. Right, okay. Starting to make a little more sense now. I've never played anything like this before. It's a very unique take on the village builder. I guess you can call it more than a city simulation, isn't it? So we'll get that building there. Everyone seems happy. We have recovered electricity somehow. I don't know how that happened, but let's head down here. I want to see what's going on with the oil tanker. I imagine that could be potentially useful. We'll head over here. Dripping oil tank. Yeah, we don't have anything available to scavenge that. I guess we need to start generating tools somehow. Is that going to be in here? But when we do have those planks, we should be able to grab a solar still. Items missing. Yeah, we still need some wood, don't we? How much wet wood do we have? We have 10 pieces. Okay. Do we have any more wood near our map? There's some a little further down the road. Let's head over to these rural ruins. See if we can scavenge anything from here. Hopefully we'll find some wood on this one as well. And again, being able to chop these healthy trees would give us a lot more wood as well, wouldn't it? At least then we can start making our own water, I suppose. Let's get another exploration theory over here as well. Cool, we'll gather all this stuff. Oh yeah, look, they're sleeping in the tent now. Pretty cute. Having little dreams. Very nice. This guy needs another tent as well, doesn't he? So let's head up to this point here. Looks like we've got a little bit more wood we can take on board. There's also a leaking water tower as well. We can get some scavenging done here. So there's a ton of wood over here. Let's definitely grab a lot of this. Enlarge that as well. And a couple of swimmers out to it. Got this one here. Eventually salvage this too. So it looks like the movement speed actually just recharges over time. Or at least when it's windy. Maybe it's wind powered, is it? Or is she just charging it herself? Which I think she is, isn't she? Which is fine, there's no problem with that. We also need another solo tent as well, because this guy is still sleeping out on his own. So we'll build that one there for him. Hopefully that's going to increase his morale. Drying the wood is an excruciating process, so I think we'll throw in a couple more drying racks. What do we actually need here? Floaters. I guess we should be able to afford these. Just built with the plastic stuff. And then any more plastic to recycle? We have a little bit to load all that up too. So it's a pretty kind of simple to understand like supply and demand / supply chain system just to keep moving through the various tiers of buildings. The selling point here is really the theme and the art style. If you're into this sort of, I guess, Wind Wakery, cel-shaded sort of thing, you might have fun here. And if you're into sort of cleaning up the environment, then kind of the whole theme of the game, I suppose. Can we build our walkways from sort of side to side like that too? I think we can. So I guess this has quickly become the wood processing part of the Flotsam city, hasn't it? Yeah, we can see whales knocking about here. I don't know if there's going to be another sort of threat under the waves, perhaps? Not entirely sure. Cool, so our slanks. So our planks and other materials are slowly increasing. Right, let's head over to supermarket leftovers over here. We'll see if there's anything we can scavenge down this way. We'll just crash into a building, but that's okay. Oh, we did this one apparently, did we? Oh, we did, yeah, it was this one we didn't do, wasn't it? Okay. Let's head elsewhere then. There's some smaller little outcrops over here. Can we leave this realm? We can. The realm. It's over here. First lookout tower. Can we scout the region here? It will give us a breathtaking view of the land. So what is that going to remove? The fog of war, take it. There's some fish jumping around here. There's a lot of fish there, isn't there? But it is sleepy time now, so I guess we'll have to wait. Let's salvage some more of these random islands as well. Some dead trees to do over here. Are we actually going to get the wood from that? She's just sort of booting it. I think you need... I know she did it. Fair play. I was about to take the piss, but she kicked the tree down. She's putting the graft in. So we can now build a research station, which seems pretty cool. Although I think I want to save my planks up to get the solar still, which will slowly distill fresh water for us. We're not too far away from the now, so it should be on its way momentarily. Maybe we can do anything with these fish. Maybe do a fishing net or something. So in terms of food, we should have water sorted now. We can chop up seaweed into seaweed salad, which sounds pretty horrific. I guess is this seaweed? It looks like it, doesn't it? I guess we can send them out to salvage that. And then once we get some more planks, which we'll order a few more of them, we will be able to build a chop shop, which will give us some food. Cool, so our solar still is now available. And is slowly going to filter seawater, I suppose, which is pretty cool. Very nice. We gathered that seaweed. Our planks should be on the way. We've got a decent amount coming in now, I think. Add a couple more onto them. How much more do we need for this? 3. This can be our chop shop. I guess we'll add this nearby to our water. Although it looks like we might need some more walkables. Let's add this over here instead then. I guess it just keeps getting exponentially bigger, doesn't it, until you're sort of done. Because that's revealed quite a bit more. There's little outcrops there over here. Let's go over to the polluted woods. See what we can do with that. Not entirely sure how big these maps get. Looks like there is an edge there, isn't there? But it's a pretty significant size. You can definitely spend a long time mooching through all these different landscapes to go scavenging for various parts. Yeah, gather the dead wood off the polluted islands, I guess. And this is the polluted woods, for which we need those tools again. I'm assuming they must be a scavengeable to get those tools. Cool, so we can now make seaweed salad with said seaweed that we found earlier. And that's just going to contribute to our overall food supplies, I guess. But otherwise, I suppose this could go on indefinitely. It's certainly one of the most unique city builders slash village builders slash survival builders I've ever played. Cleaning up the oceans in a very cutesy Wind Waker kind of cell shaded style is definitely one of the more unique themes I've ever seen on one of these games. It's still in early access. It's in 0.7.5 now, so there's still a lot more to come. You might have some fun on this with your kids if you're looking for a pretty charming game and want to teach them to pick up after themselves. I can see it being useful for that. Otherwise, it's pretty niche. Some will love this, some will hate it. I didn't find it too bad personally. And our last game today is something that isn't even out yet or in early access. It's actually a demo called Settlement Ryzen that has a really cute, charming art style. A little bit similar to Flotsam. It's kind of got that cel-shaded vibe to it. So let's go ahead and start a new game together, shall we? So it gives really strong sort of Farthest Frontier vibes. We've got some different game modes to choose from. We'll go for survival. There's customizable map seeds and map size, kind of very reminiscent of Farthest Frontier. Various different things you can tweak to fine-tune your experience in this game. So let's start a new game. Also has a very cute kind of medieval soundtrack, which I absolutely love. So we load into this map here and there's a number of different things we can look at. There's berries over here, deer as well. Also looks like a little bit of fibre source, I guess. Just know what I would have called it, but I guess it is a source of fibre, isn't it? So let's, I guess we're going to place our town centre here, I'm assuming this is. Indeed, and we also have some roll cards, which is a little bit loot boxy, I guess. And there's also, it's definitely loot boxy, especially with these like rarity values at the top. So we can pick a card, I suppose. So we can get shoe production rate in assigned building increased by 35%, which lasts for 8 years. That's rare, I guess, or 50 iron or 50 firewood. Firewood's usually pretty easy to produce in these games. So why don't we go for, I guess, increased shoe production? Sounds pretty cool. so we now have a town centre that requires 25 wood and 9 stone to build. So let's do a harvest resource thing here, shall we? So we just paint this over various resources around, and it looks like they'll go out and collect them. So look at our Sims here. The game reminds me of something. I know it's very farthest frontier, but particularly the art style. A game that I can't really quite put my finger on right now. But I really enjoy the tree falling animation. That's very nice, isn't it? It's a cute game, this one. I'll leave it up on screen exactly when it's out. But the demo is available if you want to come and try it. Not everything is available. Obviously still kind of deep in its development phase at the minute. But they're all going to come and gather the resources here. I love how you can see the resources pile up. That always makes me smile. And there's also a weather system in place as well. So we've got happiness value across the top. Illness and recovery status as well. Food. We have a temperature as well. So it looks like we're going to be playing with some kind of seasons mechanic. There's clothes, hide coats. So if you're into this kind of real like survival village builder, think of kind of farthest frontier, banished, foundation. You're probably going to get quite a lot of enjoyment out of this. So let's have a look at our build menu. I guess we should keep actually harvesting resources. Let's make sure we mark all of these for collection. There we go. And let's come into our build menu for the first time. So there's housing, there's tier 1 houses, tier 2 is locked in the demo so we can't get there. But we also have storages, there's food production, lots of different food methods here too. Now I'm seeing the buildings, it's very farthest frontier-y, isn't it? Really has that vibe about it. But in quite a different art style. So we have our road tool as well, we can do dirt roads or stone roads which are currently locked, so I guess we'll do dirt. And it's got a nice little cute click and drag system. So we'll build a road around our town centre, and then I think there was water over to the west, wasn't there? So why don't we plan out a road that goes to the west, and then we'll start building some houses here as well. Well, we will when the town centre is built anyway. There we go. So we can rotate our buildings. There's also a land value mechanic here too. I guess they're going to want higher the better to level up or something like that. So let's grab 2 houses here. Not sure how many we need. I guess we have 16 people with different demographics as well. Does it tell us how many one house will hold? 4 villagers. So let's do 4 houses. We'll put them here and make sure we have enough resources gathered for this as well. Grab all this wood and stone over here. We can't seem to mark up these larger stones. Not sure whether we need a different bit of equipment for that or something. But you can see all the little Sims here moving around. Bringing the wood over. Cute little animation on those ropes there as well. It's a very pretty game. It is. I have to admit, I'm actually enjoying it so far. It's nice to look at. Of course, this is just a demo as well. So now we have storage as well, where we will store all of our supplies, of course. So let's go ahead and do that as well. Let's kind of create a more industrial side of town. We're going to have housing here down toward the waterfront then. I guess we'll do some industry over here. We'll place our open storage there, I reckon. Keep moving down. So food production sounds like it's going to be important, doesn't it? So we have a hunting hut. There was deer over there, wasn't there? So yeah, there we go. There's a little deer hut here. Why don't we have that over there then? And we'll draw another road down toward the forest. And then we can place our deer hut over here. So, hunting hut. There's some mushrooms and fibre there too. 1 mushroom. Really? 1 mushroom will be removed? Yeah, that's fine. Not bothered about destroying 1 mushroom in the forest, it's okay. So they're going to dig up the little pathway here. We've got some notifications on the right as well. There's a housing shortage, which will be addressed shortly. And we've got 16 homeless villagers. I really like the building animation as well. You kind of get the actual frame of the building itself. Oh, looks like the food is actually coming over to us. Little cel-shaded deer over here, isn't there? So now we have a fully built house that has its own issues. It's lacking firewood, water, and food. So, guessing we're going to need a well. Yep, so let's go ahead and get a well. So, There's, at least it looks like a groundwater mechanic there. We'll store groundwater. The amount of water produced depends on the seasons and the temperature. Water is a basic necessity to support villagers. Okay. So it's going to be season dependent, I guess. So we're currently 34 degrees in July right now, so I can't imagine it's going to be the wettest of seasons. We'll pop this over by our town centre, make it a pretty central location. And then we should have enough resources for everything else, right? Let's make sure, yeah, everything else is marked up here, we should be okay. So woodcutters are next. Woods are transformed to firewood by cutting them. So we've also got a woodcutter here, where the woods are transformed into firewood by cutting them. Also a miner's hut as well, forester's hut, weaver's workshops, blacksmith, okay. So we'll have food production sorted. Should probably do a gathering hut as well, I guess, right? It seems to be a decent amount of gatherables over here. So let's place that there too. And then we'll draw another little road up toward it. And it looks like we're going to get slightly different houses every time, are we? Which I really like. That's pretty cool. Wonder how many random generations of that there is. Well, I guess it's kind of like preset frames, isn't it? But you see them getting the little like saw benches out. That's a really cute animation. I appreciate stuff like that in games like this. So the homes will be built shortly. Let's continue to place down some more stuff. We'll go for a woodcutter. Closer to a wood would be ideal, if you'll excuse the pun. Let's do this one here. Also prepare for some more roads as well. These have hotkeys on them. N is for roads. Cool. One green will be removed. Yeah, that's absolutely fine. Don't worry about it. It does take quite a long time to get things built. We've been building these houses for about 4 months now. It's taken a long time. But we're slowly chipping away at that homelessness deficit anyway. Firewood definitely seems to be the order of the day, doesn't it? So we've got the woodcutter over here, was it? Yeah. Okay. We have our homes here. They're definitely generating in multiple different configurations. Big thumbs up for that. That's very cute. I like how they all piece together. And then let's do another little road down here, and then we'll box that set of houses in, and then we can do more next door if we need. Is there anything we can do with the town centre? Enchantment cards. I'm guessing that's what we picked at the start, wasn't it, when we had... There's various different cards to choose from. We've also got a little storage cart here as well. That is holding food. That does have a spoil rate too. Smoked fish bread. Bread will spoil in 147 days. That is some resistant bread, isn't it? Wish my bread took 147 days to spoil. So we're currently -2 in December. Yes, there you go. Now they will complain about being cold, which is fair enough. Oh, we've even got a little snow mechanic as well. Look at that. It's got a better seasons mechanic than cities too. I'm sorry, I'll stop. It's just too easy, isn't it? It's just too easy to take the piss out of cities too at the minute. Oh, so our hunter's cabin is now here. So there's a couple of options here. We can relocate target area, draw villager connections. So yeah, hunt here. Is there going to be a little fight here in a second? Where the hell did she go? Did she just disappear? Oh no, she's there. There we go. She's also going to gain what appears to be skill levels in being a hunter as well, which is nice. So I guess the longer she does that, the better she's going to become at it. So definitely worth keeping people in the same job, which is nice. A little storage hut over here as well. Oh yes, where you can see all your resources piling up. I love that. It's the simple things that make me smile and happy in these games. I love seeing resources pile up in the units. It's very nice. Looks like you've got enough supplies just to get your first winter out the way with at least. So we've got services, a compost yard. There's a cemetery as well. Is that just a single placeable building? Looks like it is. There's another town centre which has already been built. And then all this stuff down here, is even shipyards as well. Where ships can be produced for exploration and looting missions. So that's cool. So that's something I really thought Farthest Frontier could have done with. And it is getting that now with its early access updates, kind of more things to do in the late game, but we're going to be able to build shipyards to go out and explore, and that's really promising. Also says looting missions as well, so hopefully you're going to run into other factions. Oh, would you look at that? They even drag the deer back. That's something that not even Farthest Frontier does. They just basically put the corpse into their into their body. That is incredible. That's thoroughly blown me away. Did not think that would happen. Do we need to make a butcher or something? Or is she just going to leave it there? Is that her done for the day? 4 immigrants wants to settle in the village. Sure, I guess we can always do with the extra pair of hands. We'll just need to build an extra house for those people. So let's get that on our little housing block over here. And our gatherer's hut shouldn't be too far away from done now. There we go. All the resources are there. 2 months left of food. Must build food production village or import food as well. So we can import it. Does that mean we're going to be looking at some sort of trade mechanic later on in the game as well? We can also see all our occupations here. Got builders, hunters and labourers so far. You can get a real good look at all the different occupations here. And there's also resources in storage as well. So nice, easy, clean UIs. Big thumbs up for that. I think a lot of the time these games can become quite overwhelming if you're just looking at, well, if you don't know what you're looking at, I guess, and it's just like, oh, kind of a bit overwhelming to deal with. But the game doesn't seem to have that problem. Everything's quite clear. Cool, so let's relocate the target area for our gatherer. Yeah, so it's going to show us what they're gathering here, isn't it? So I guess we'll get all that food in there. 5 greens, 2 mushrooms and some fibre seems pretty decent. Do we need to build some sort of storage for the food? I guess a granary for grains or a root cellar. But we can't get that right now, so I guess the food just lingers. I don't feel like we need mining yet. Forestry? Probably not. We've got a lot of trees around us. I don't think we need to start foresting yet. Compost yard might be quite useful. Looks like we can use that for compost as well, obviously. Well, fertilizer rather. Food production. There's a little fishing hut here as well. I definitely like to have a fishing hut. So we want to place it, of course, 1/2 in the water, the other half not. Guess we'll lose a berry bush, but that's okay. Also extend the road down here as well. I do like how the berries kind of jiggle in the wind there. It's quite nice, isn't it? I didn't ever think I'd appreciate berry jiggle, but here we are. So, looks like she dragged that corpse over. There we go. Yeah, she's just killed another one. That's really blown me away. That whole dragging the corpse back to the hunter's hut here. And you can even see her like butchering the corpse too. Very nice. We're generating hide, which she's now just gone to drop off at the storage lot, which is getting full. Oh, look at that. That's so nice. I love that. I highly recommend this game, everyone. I think this has probably been the best game in the videos so far, and funnily enough, it's still the demo. I can absolutely see us making a series on this when it does eventually release. Our fishing hut's getting built. We've got gatherers and hunters now. That should be enough. Let's return to services. So we'll do a compost yard. We'll put this over here by our storage. And then we'll also have some miners' huts as well, which we... Oh, there we go. That's how we clear those larger stones with the miners' hut. There was iron as well, wasn't there? But can't seem to see that on the map at the minute. Can we direct our sims? Can I tell you to come over here? We can. Let's go exploring through the fog of war and see what we can find. Oh, there you go. There's coal. I'm guessing we want to put our miner's hut in and around that at least. I'm unsure if there's any bears knocking around. Or sort of threatening the wildlife at least. Let's come over here. Is that another coal source? Yes, there it is. Looks like we'll find those resources down at the bottom of the mountains. Okay. Not vast amounts out there, is there? We do, however, now have insufficient wood. So let's continue to harvest all this resource here. And that's probably an indication of the fact that we now want a forester's hut, don't we? So why don't we have this over here by the other gathering places. You are now producing firewood, which is good, although he has no wood to chop into firewood. Here's our little... Oh yes, look at that! Little fisherman out on the water. I love that, that's very nice. Cuthbert has caught 15 fish. And he's going to take them back to here. Anything else we can do with this? Relocate the target area. Okay, so there seems to be little shoals of fish knocking around. Okay, well let's send him over here then. Because there's plenty more fish over this way. Can we... Yeah, we can just add another worker on as well. Which is really nice, because a lot of the time in these sort of games, these buildings have like worker caps on them. So you can't really have more than you want, but of course you would just say someone else go out and start fishing too. Very nice animations. This game has boats. Life changing. Looks like a pretty significant water space, or doesn't it? Really interested to know. I think we chose medium map size, didn't we? But no real sort of scale of how big medium actually is. Large and extra large, I believe, are also an option. There is also a decorations menu here as well. There's also defense. Okay, so there's definitely going to be some sort of fighting here, isn't there? Wooden walls, gates, defense towers, watchtowers, stone walls, where swordsmen are trained. Yeah, so there's definitely going to be some kind of defense and battle mechanic to the game, isn't there? Decorations is currently not there in the demo, which is a bit of a shame. But so far, this is a very, very nice little city builder. I'm very much enjoying the art style here and all the little animations and managing resources. I love these sorts of games. Definitely, if you had fun with Farthest Frontier, banished those sorts of games, you're probably going to find quite a bit of enjoyment with this one, I imagine. Let's extend our paths both ways down the waterfront here. Our forester's hut is pretty much done now, so let's see how we're going to manage the forestry here. We also set different priorities as well, so we can increase this to highest priority to get this finished, which is always nice, rather than relying on AI just to manage the queue itself. But it's a very cute game to just sit and chill and watch. Now, is our forestry hut done? So the forester's hut does want fertilizer. Okay, so there's different forest management modes here too. So the foresters will strike a balance between, oh, it's gone, harvesting mature trees and planting new seeds. Harvest mode and plant mode. Oh, look at her there. There's a little wheelbarrow with a tree in it. Relocate target area. Okay. There's even a little debug button here as well. The building is in bug for some reason. This may fix it. That's pretty appreciated. So you are awaiting fertilizer. We should be... Yeah, there's waste. I'm assuming that takes a little time, doesn't it, to actually decompose into fertilizer. So that should just happen with time, I hope. Our clothes are now beginning to run low as well. That's not good, is it? Everyone's going to be quite naked if we carry on the way we are. So let's have a look at some clothes production. Resources, Weaver's Workshop. So clothes are produced using fibre such as wool or that fibre jute that we had. Hide also produced using animal skin, of course. So let's build our Weaver's Workshop here, shall we? We'll have it on the corner, make a bit of a town centre around our town centre. Is there anything else we want to build as well? We could do cobblers too. We are getting quite a bit of animal hide now from the deer stuff. We've got a blacksmith, which we're not yet using. It's just the collection range of our gathering hut as well, so they start to collect some of these fibres. There we go. Then we can at least start to make some more of the clothes that people are requiring. So they're going to take animal hide, which we currently have 90 of, and turn that into clothes. They also got 8 fibre as well, which I'm guessing came from fibre, of course. Okay, and we can add more people onto that if we need. Okay, let's add another person into the Weaver's Workshop. That's like we could do with extra clothes. I also love as well, it shows you with that big arcing line where the worker is. That's very helpful if you just want to know what they're actually up to. Also super helpful for kind of pathing their journey as well, to seeing how the simulation actually behaves. So it's really useful. Here's our forester now as well, planting the trees. Look at that, little trees there ready to be planted. The animations and the little sort of design of all the assets is very cute. 4 people want to come in. We don't have massive food supply, do we? But sure, let's go for it. It gives us an excuse to build another house, doesn't it? Let's go for... Actually, was that house we built another design? Okay, so we've got the same house there. Which is okay, I'm not bothered about repetition, but I'm really appreciative of the fact that there is multiple sort of house designs. So we still have low food. There's a 2-month supply of food in stock. I guess we just need more, I suppose. Have a look at some more food production stuff. We need a population of 30 in order to get the crop field. We'll put another gathering hut over here. And then we can gather some of the berries that are further down the road. We'll also start to extend our roads out of town as well. And bring them up where it makes sense to. Let's also grab Annabelle. We're going to send her on a little mission. Let's see what we can find around this corner. It'd be cool if we could find some iron. I'd like to at least get a miner's hut built. Their pathing is a little odd. Sometimes they just sort of go where they want, or at least they always follow a command rather than following the new one. So we saw in those settings as well how much you can really fine-tune how difficult this game is, which is always appreciated with stuff like this because sometimes they can be really easy. So if you're after more of that masochist survival challenge, then you can customize it to be exactly that. But it doesn't look like we're finding any more resource deposits over here. And she is starting to get quite far away from home now. Let's walk around this mountain, send her back home. Hopefully she can cut around the side, see what else she uncovers. Yeah, there's another coal resource here, but no iron, unfortunately, around this outcrop. It'd be fun to see if they start adding different biomes in and different terrains as well, because Farthest Frontier is very good at that. There's a few different sort of like map themes you can choose from. And the terrain in Farthest Frontier is a real challenge as well. It doesn't let you just build endless smooth grids like this. It's a little bit more challenging than that. So we have our other gatherer's hut here. Let's send you guys over this way. Hopefully grab the berries. You need to see how old people are as well. But we do now have low tool shortage as well. Which the blacksmith wants to be built, but that wants iron and wood to run. And we do not have either of those. But that'll do it, I think, for Settlements Ryzen demo. A very fun game if you're in the mood for a touch of Banished meets Farthest Frontier with a little bit of Foundation, with a cute cel-shaded art style. Go try out the demo, and hopefully the full game once it eventually releases. Very promising, some really nice animations in here too. I really like what they've done with this game. Definitely one to keep an eye out for if you're into this sort of like city builder, village survival sort of game. Very fun. So there's 5 city builders you've never heard of, or maybe you have. Is there anything in today's video you thought looked pretty good? Is there anything you've already played? Or anything that you're looking forward to playing? And do you think these games belong at the bottom of the Steam database where we found them? Let me know in the comment sections below. Otherwise, a massive shout out to the spicy folks supporting the channel over on Patreon with a roll call to Felix Wilkinson. Hope you've enjoyed today's special, but otherwise I'd like to thank you all so much for watching, and as always, enjoy the rest of your day.